Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just woke up. Well, I woke up around 8 something. Y'all, I didn't do nothing I was supposed to do today. I told you I was going to go to my sister's house. I was going to wash clothes. Baby, I made that last video. I went and laid down. Baby, I woke up, my phone was ringing, and girl, it was past 8 o'clock. I said, God damn, ain't do nothing I was supposed to do. Whatever. Let's go ahead and just get into this little messy session real fast. I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling okay, but like I just realized I've gained a lot of weight. Like it's just at this point, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like I don't even know this man. Sorry to this man. Like Kiki, shout out to Kiki. Like y'all have let now. I'm blaming it on y'all. People, I tell you, people can never accept responsibility. With nobody telling me to eat chicken sandwiches and mashed potatoes and gravy and girl Chipotle with extra cheese and sour cream and guac. With nobody telling me to eat that, so this is my fault. But y'all hosts could have told me that I was gaining weight. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. One of y'all could have said, bitch, you getting big. Somebody could have said that. And I'm leaving it alone. Before I get mad. I'm about to go fuck this. I'm just No, for real, y'all. Let's talk. Let's get real messy. So let's go ahead and talk about Quad and Dr. Heavenly, right? Before we get into that, shout out to Erica De Niro TV. I was watching her video about Married to she was doing her review over Married to Medicine. I think it was a review from like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I can't remember. It was the one when Toya when they had to walk down the street, and she was saying what I was trying to say. Like, you know what it is about Toya that irks my nerve is Toya really acts like she's like Anthony Bourdain. She acts like she's this world traveler, like she has 1 million stamps on her passport. And it's like, Toya, girl, you really just stayed at the Four Seasons a few times. Now all of a sudden you think you 5-star fish. Now I don't think that nobody should think less of themselves. I think that everybody should feel like they 5-star fish, because I done already told y'all, when I get a little bit of money, I'm only staying in 5-star and 4-star hotels. That's it. Unless I just got to stay at a motel in a small town, or if all the hotels filled, then of course I'm gonna go. But my first choice is gonna be, girl, what are Four Seasons? Okay? What are Four Seasons at? I'm only staying at 5-star, and I'm only flying first class. I'm done. I'm tired of flying basic economy. Ain't nothing basic about me, so bitch, I should be flying basic. So I get it. But Toya really acts like she is like she just like owe money. And it's like, Toya, you're not owe money, girl. Girl, at one point, you and your husband and your family, y'all were pretty much gypsies, bitch. Like, y'all just got y'all permanent address. I'm just saying. So stop acting like, oh my God, we walking down the street, this is so embarrassing, and this and this and this and this. Girl, half of these bitches been had money, and they ain't complaining, so why the fuck you complaining? Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about Toya. So for those who don't know, Quad and Dr. Heavenly, they are a part of this reality TV show called Married to Medicine on Bravo. It's probably one of the best, or if not the best, reality TV show on TV. This past episode, they were on the beach. Dr. Heavenly made a comment about Quad fucking Common. It was a joke. When Heavenly said it, I took it as though it was a joke too. Quad didn't, seem mad or angry or disappointed or anything. So I'm like, okay, well, they laughed about it and they went on by their business. The episode came on Sunday, and girl, the streets were ready. They were all mad at Heavenly. They thought Heavenly was wrong for saying that. I think what it is, don't nobody give a fuck that Heavenly said that Quad fuck Common. Y'all mad because y'all feel like Heavenly was disrespecting Angela Rye's and Common's relationship. Well, truth of the matter is, there's a good possibility that Heavenly was not thinking about Angela Rye and Common. Like a nosy bitch like me, like when I hear Common or a relationship or somebody saying, oh, they fuck Common, I would probably think of Angela Rye. You see what I'm saying? Because I like Angela Rye and I follow Angela Rye. So I would think of Angela Rye, but somebody like Heavenly, she probably, I don't know why I never can say Heavenly. I always run it together. I think because I say it too fast. But somebody like Heavenly, now I feel like I'm slow because I'm breaking it up. Anyway, somebody like Dr. Heavenly, she probably wasn't even thinking like that. So Quad comes out with this long drawn out statement. And I get it, Quad. Don't nobody want nobody to be putting bodies on them or joking about, women already have it bad enough now, people calling them hoes and all that type of stuff. This is what Quad told BET. Y'all listening? Rumors get started when a person wants to think more about the ratings and less about loyalty and friendship. I don't know why she would jeopardize our friendship for entertainment purposes. Everything is not a joke. I'm so very disappointed in Heavenly. I don't think she realizes the repercussions of making such false statements. Common is in a flourishing relationship and he may marry Angela one day. He does not need a terrible rumor like this to ruin their black love. I respect Common and Angela Rye as two very intelligent and beautiful people that are doing amazing things for our people. What Heavenly did was an attack on my professional reputation as a talk show host. My professional life is completely independent of my personal life. Her actions are not the actions of a true friend. What is most hurtful is that we were close for the last 2 to 3 years, and what she did was a very lowbrow and inconsiderate. Once again, a black woman trying to tear down black women. Quiet. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. And maybe because ain't nobody said I fucked somebody else, man. But girl, it's not that deep. Miss Quad, you got it. Sit your motherfucking ass down. Girl, you done gave this whole MLK speech over some shit that Heavenly clearly was a joke. You wasn't upset at the time. Now all of a sudden, girl, 9 months after y'all probably shot this scene, now you want to be upset and mad. It's one thing if we would have saw you check Heavenly on film, on camera, then I would say, okay, well, maybe she was pissed off then and she pissed off now. But the simple fact that, girl, you laughed like and brushed it off your shoulders, I would assume that you didn't care. Or either y'all got into it and Bravo didn't show it, but I refuse to believe that an argument happened and Bravo didn't show it. Okay? I really think that Heavenly didn't mean any harm. I think that she was really joking. I don't think that she was sitting there thinking about Common being in a relationship with Angela Rye. And let's just be honest, y'all. Girl, Angela Rye and Common break up and get together, break up and get together, break up and get together, break up and get together. Girl, they've been off and on. So at the time, hell, she probably thought they was off. Girl, I can honestly say I've watched Heavenly YouTube channel and she shades everybody. But she really never goes in on Quad. From what I remember, I've watched all of Heavenly reviews, and I've never seen her just go in and let have on Quad. She'll go in on Mariah. She can't stand Mariah. She done went in on Simone and Cecil. She really don't go in on Jackie. She don't go in on Contessa, and she has nothing but positive things to say about Quad. So I'm so confused on why Quad would write something like this. I felt like if this was me, and I know everybody is different, I'm just saying for me, if this was me, I probably would have been like, bitch, don't say no shit like that no more. But on camera, I mean, if I would have came and told y'all something, I probably would have been like, oh yeah, I talked to her about it. It was a joke. It's not that big of a deal. I don't know Common. I met him through Sister Circle. But other than that, I wish him the best on his relationship with Angela Rye. Something like that. But to come out with this long speech like Heavenly just did you so dirty and so wrong and you can't believe this. And girl, Heavenly was just playing. And again, it's one thing if you would have popped off on Heavenly on camera, then I could say, okay, well, the bitch probably was really mad. But girl, you laughed and giggled and you went on by your business. And now you want to come out with these long-ass speeches? Girl, he's so fucking dramatic. Damn. And I love Quad. Quad, I've told y'all, Quad, Dr. Heavenly, Contessa, and Simone are my favorites. I just feel like that's too much, Quad. I feel like this, and Heavenly, on her show, on her YouTube show, the one she just did for the latest episode, she even said that she was joking. It wasn't, she just said that, you know, she don't know who the fuck Quad fucking, if anybody. Like, oh, God. Whatever, Quad. Girl, you doing too much. I feel like that was too much. Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake, girl, he done went out and pretty much forgot that he was married. And I guess he's shooting a movie and he was, you know, a little too cozy. He was being a little too friendly, I guess, with one of his co-stars, Alicia Wainwright. And so he comes out and, of course, the typical goddamn response when you get caught doing some shit you ain't got no business doing. What you do? You blame it on the alcohol. Girl, let me just say something. I'm not going to sit here and say that, girl, I ain't, you know, I've heard stories of other people, getting a little drunk, having a couple of cocktails, and then you wake up and your panties on the floor. Girl, because you done text a nigga who you know you shouldn't be texting. I heard. Oh, girl, you done woke up one morning, girl, you roll over and you feel a body beside you. And then you look to the side, and that's that sorry-ass nigga who you said you was going to stop fucking with 5 months ago. And you get disgusted in yourself. But I don't get how people continue to use the excuse that alcohol was the reason why I was about to cheat on my wife. Or alcohol was the reason I was about to cheat on my husband. If you cannot control your actions after you have a few drinks, then bitch, you don't need to be drinking. You just don't need to drink. At this point, Justin Timberlake and everybody else who's like Justin Timberlake, whether you're a man or a woman, if you cannot control yourself or if you do inappropriate things when you're drunk, then this should tell Justin Timberlake, from here on out, I don't need to drink anymore because I can't control my actions. And I forget that I have a wife and a kid at home, or kids, however many they got. You see what I'm saying? People, you cannot keep using the excuse, oh, I was drunk. Okay, so you was drunk. So clearly you don't know how to handle yourself. So bitch, you need to stop drinking. It's no different than when these men are like, oh, yeah, man, I ain't mean to grab her like that. I was drunk. Like, as many times as I've been drunk, I ain't never grabbed no nigga. So I get so confused on when these men act like because they had 3 shots and 2 vodka tonics that all of a sudden they lose all sight of what's right and what's wrong. Bitch, I done had 7 drinks. And bitch, I ain't never walked up to no nigga and grabbed on his ass or his dick or his thighs or his nothing. So I don't get these niggas when they say, I get it, because they don't give a fuck. And they think they own everything. Anyway, shout out to Justin Timberlake out here grabbing on black women. And some of y'all talking about, oh, we all knew Justin liked chocolate. He don't. Justin got a white ass wife and a white ass baby and a white ass family. Justin don't like black women. If Justin wanted a black woman, he would have got with a black woman. He sing nigga music. He around niggas all the goddamn time. If he wanted him a black woman, he would have got him a black woman. Justin ain't no different than Massa. He wanna dip in to the black puss, but that's all it is. And let me shut up before I start preaching over here. Y'all know I don't so much care for that girl anyway. Justin Timberlake looked like Justin Timberlake looked like one of those men on a Lifetime movie that beat on his wife. Justin Timberlake is not cute to me no more. Back in the day he was, but Justin Timberlake has grown into a man who looks like if he have a couple of drinks, he go upside a bitch head every now and again. Girl, that's what he looked like to me. Anyways, girl, Joseline Savage, and Azriel Clary. Girl, look, I'm gonna go ahead and say this, and I'm not trying to sound insensitive. I'm not trying to sound mean, and I'm not trying to say that those girls will not eventually need some help if they come to their senses, because R. Kelly has did a number on them girls. But them bitches is grown. At this point, they grown. So I don't really understand. Like, y'all don't have to break this down to me. Like, I still am. I'm all down for R. Kelly needs to be his ass in prison. This motherfucker done did some trifling ass shit to these young girls. Like, he needs to go to jail. With that being said, at this point, especially with these two, they're saying that they're not victims, they're not they haven't been held hostage, none of that. So I'm not exactly sure, like, at the end of the day, what can somebody do? Girl, the most somebody can do is probably do a wellness check. After that, like, bitch, you grown. Your mom and daddy can't come drag you out the house. Hell, they did when you were 17. You think they're gonna do it when you're in your 20s? You know, some of them parents, I'm not gonna lie, some of those parents are a little iffy to me. Some of them parents are a little iffy to me. I just been looking at this story, and I really haven't been keeping up with it, but it's just like I see, like, at one point they say Joseline had started, like, I guess a what's it called? Patreon account, and now she's coming out saying that wasn't her. I mean, bitch, you grown. I mean, I wish you all the best. I mean, I think that R. Kelly has fucked you up in the head. I think that you've been brainwashed, you and Azarel, I do. But at the end of the day, girl, you grown. Now you are. At the time, girl, you was probably 14 or 15. I don't know how old that little girl was, but you're a grown-ass woman now. Girl, they say Joseline is supposed to be returning to Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta. Hey, maid, I see you got on your maid outfit like you always do. Bitch, I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. Joseline is that girl. Yeah, Joseline is that girl on Love and Hip Hop. If Joseline come back next season, I'm surprised Mona letting her come. If Joseline come back to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, I'm surprised, because I really thought that Mona had washed her hands with Joseline. Joseline cut up. I feel like whatever it was, a part of me feel like Joseline was right, though. I really do believe Joseline was probably right. She just didn't handle it the way that she probably should have handled it. But I feel like Joseline was probably right. But I thought that Mona was done with Joseline. Like, I really thought that it was a wrap. But I think that because it's leaking out that she may come back, that more than likely she's probably coming back. I can't wait. Maybe hubby, me, Stevie J fussing over the same shit. I don't care. I just want to be entertained, okay? They say Hazel E is pregnant. I'm sure that's going to be a high-risk pregnancy, because I know that bitch is every bit of her 40s. Girl, Hazel E is an old hoe. Do you hear me? And you know what's so crazy? As much as I'm disappointed, I'm not going to say disappointed, because I don't know her to be disappointed, but I always feel like Hazel E gets the bad end of the stick, and I'll tell you why. Remember when Love and Hip Hop Hollywood first came on? Hazel E really came across, to me, from what I remember, Hazel E really came across as a nice person. And then I think what it was, people dogged her out so bad that she literally turned into this bitch. When you think about the Hazel E that was on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood at first versus versus the Hazel E now, or even just from a few years ago up until now, it's like two completely different type of people. Like, girl, who is that? Who the fuck is that? Shout out to Hazel E for having a baby at 55, because I know that hoe is old. Girl. Hazel E, girl, you gonna be on bed rest, girl. Remember we was talking about the Turkey Leg Hut? So basically, for those who don't know, Turkey Leg Hut is this black-owned restaurant here in Houston, Texas. It's located on Alameda. It used to be downtown on Washington, but for whatever reason, I don't know, they closed it down and they moved it to 3rd Ward. I used to live in 3rd Ward for 5 years. Shout out to motherfucking 3rd Ward. That's where all the niggas at. That's where all the restaurants at. That's where all the good food is at, bitch. Ooh, child, every time I go to 3rd Ward, I just have like moments of nostalgia because I just start to think about just like all the times I used to have. Oh, God, 3rd Ward. But yeah, what was I about to say? Oh, turkey leg cut. So, turkey leg cut, I'm gonna put the link in the description box. Roland Martin was talking about the turkey leg cut the other day. Thank God for seeing it. I didn't know, because I watch Roland Martin sometimes, but not all the time. He talks too fucking much. Roland Martin talk like me, like he got his own little thing. Roland Martin, it's one thing when you sit here by yourself talking, you can talk about what the fuck you want to talk about. But girl, when you got 3 or 4 people on the panel, why? If the segment is 20 minutes, how you gonna talk for 14 minutes, Roland? And then give the rest of and then tell everybody, okay, what you got to say? Bitch, you got 5 people on the panel. You just talk for 15. So I be in and out of Roland's show. I do, because Roland talk too much for me. He needs his own show with no guest. Anyways, but yeah. So somebody sent me the link that he was talking about the turkey leg cut on his show. So I watched it, and girl, basically in the conversation is I told y'all there was some white folks who was suing. So basically, I didn't realize how many white people had moved to 3rd Ward until like, it was a few years ago I started to notice, honestly. And how I noticed, this is going to sound so trifling what I'm about to say. How I noticed was I would go to 3rd Ward, right? For whatever reason, going to get something to eat, or I would be already, going to Frenchie's, because they have Frenchie's located all throughout Houston, Texas now. But the best Frenchie's is the one in 3rd Ward. That's the only one. That's the one I live by, okay? But I go to the one up the street from my house if I don't feel like driving 30 minutes over there. But anyways, so we have these apps. You know how y'all straight people got the POFs and whatever apps y'all got, or whatever online dating apps y'all got, online sites or dating apps. We have in the gay community and all the fag hags. Not the fag hags. All my sisters, all my allies, all the girls who got gay friends and they know what I'm about to say. We got Jacked, we got Grinder, we got Scrub, we got A for A. Hell, I didn't even know about Jacked until my biological sister told me about Jacked. This was years ago. One day I had went and picked her up from work, and she was like, she had a gay friend at her old job, and she was like, you haven't heard about this app called Jacked? I was like, who? And she was like, Jacked. I was like, hell no. She was like, it's actually kind of cool. It's actually kind of cool. You can meet guys, and and basically what it is it'll tell you the distance that someone is from you. So it'll say like, it may have like my picture, and then it'll say, 0.03 miles away, or 0.67 miles away, or 1 mile away, or 1.1 miles away, or 1.3 miles. You see what I'm saying? So it'll tell you the distance. You don't know like what direction it is. It could be north, south, east, west, southwest. It could be, they could be in the mall or outside of the mall or at a restaurant. You just know the distance, but you don't know where they're at. Unless it say some shit like on Grindr, for example, it'll give you like feet. Like it'll say like 5 feet or 10 feet. Of course, if it starts saying 5 and 10 feet, they probably in the same building with you, or at the mall with you, in the store with you, girl. So I got online one day and I started seeing a whole bunch of white people. And I'm talking about close. Like I would be at French's and I would get on Jacked or Grindr or something, and I would see white people 0.2 miles away, 0.4 miles away, 1 mile away. Girl, we still in 3rd Ward. 0.67 miles, 0.73 miles, 0.83 miles. Bitch, hold up. Now, bitch, it's one thing if you said 4 or 5 miles away, because then at that point I know you probably in a medical center. The medical center is right across the street from Third Ward, pretty much. So I'm like, okay, it's a lot of white. And then the other day, this is like recently, like then like a few months ago, I was like, when did all these white people start moving to Third Ward? This is so weird to me. But now this is just based off of the gay apps. This is how I realized it. When did all these goddamn white people? Because to me, Jacked is a black app to me. Grindr is kind of like a mixed app. Scruff gives me kind of like whitish but mixed. A4A is like a mixed app. And when I saw all the white people on Jacked, just really, I like, where all these white people come from? And that's when I realized, like, oh, baby, these white people trying to take over Third Ward. And so the other day when we were talking about the turkey leg hut and how some of the neighbors, the residents in the neighborhood, they're coming together with a lawsuit, basically trying to get the turkey leg hut shut down. Look, I get some of the stuff that they're saying. Nobody wants to come out of their house and you got random people walking all up and down the sidewalk. They parking their cars, taking up all the parking spots. So if your friend come over, they ain't got nowhere to park. So I get some of the complaint. You know what I'm saying? Some of the complaints. But for the most part, girl, how are you going to try to shut down a restaurant like that's the only fucking restaurant in the neighborhood? Girl, Almeda is lined up with goddamn restaurants, soul food restaurants, reggae. They got the reggae hut. Girl, like all types of shit. Clothing stores, convenience stores, Walgreens, chicken places. Like literally up and down Almeda. So it's just weird to me how they just chose a turkey leg hut. Maybe because the turkey leg hut is probably the busiest restaurant on the on Almeda. But I was like, those are some white people. I'm telling y'all, those some white people. Come to find out, it's some white people. I knew it. I knew it was some white people. How the fuck y'all gonna move into our shit then try to kick us out? The fuck? Oh, child. Gentrification is real, honey. So shout out to the turkey leg hut. The food is amazing. The owners are very, very nice. They accept all. They don't treat the gays no different. And I'm real big. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not giving my money to nobody. If you're going to treat me like shit or if I feel like I'm not comfortable. And, you know, I really do believe it starts at the top. And, you know, of course, everybody that go there, you know, it's going to probably, I'm sure it's people who are homophobic or anti-gay like y'all. Like, well, anyway. But I feel like because they said it, like, I don't feel like even talking about that. Girl, the owners are nice. They're friendly. Girl, I would never feel uncomfortable going. Yeah. So shout out to the turkey leg hut. The food is amazing. Oh, child. Y'all heard about Candy and Todd? Y'all saw, I need to go watch Candy and Todd. The little clip I saw in the lot. I want to watch the full thing. I ain't gonna talk about that right now. I want to watch the full thing. All right, y'all. I'm about to go. I ain't want shit. Let's run my mouth a little bit. I need a haircut. I just realized I was off tomorrow. I thought I had to work tomorrow. Bitch, I'm about to get in the street. I'm about to go ahead and wash my ass, throw a hat on, try to line my little face up, and go out and, girl, okay? Let's see. Well, we gotta talk about the food stamps benefits. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. All right, y'all. That's all I wanted. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Is that all I wanted? Yeah, that's all I wanted. Bye, y'all.